Hello and welcome to Twin Creeks Farm. It's Tuesday, which means it's sale barn day here. We're about 15 minutes from the local sale barn. So we try to make it there every Tuesday, see what's going on. This week there was one main herd, but I think probably 3 herds and then a bunch of other bred cows that came through the sale. Wasn't really thinking that we were going to end up with anything, but we did come home with 2 bred cows. They're bred 7 months, so that should mean probably late June calving at this point if the preg check was accurate. So they're on the trailer now. We just got to set up a bit of isolation penning just to keep them away from all of the other cows, just in case. Sale barns are notorious for passing around different bugs, so we'll set up some isolation penning to keep them away from everything for at least a couple weeks while they kind of prove that they're clean. We did run them through the head gate there at the sale barn, and we just gave them an Enforce 3 up the nose just to help with any sort of shipping fever, pneumonia related to that. But you see I've already got 4 corral panels pulled out here. We're going to get them set up against this fence line and we'll put them in there for now. So these are the cows. There's the herd in behind. They'd like to introduce themselves, but that's not going to happen for a couple weeks while they're quarantining. Here's this Angus, and it's a Shire Cross cow. They're both bred 7 months. So hungry. They're eating the old dead grass from last year, so I'll throw them in some hay here. The biggest issue with this cow is it needs some condition put on it. So good hay, a little bit of grain. Give her the nutrition she needs to have a healthy calf. Probably get a protein tub in here and some clean water, just to get them ready to have a calf. Kind of like people, when they're feeding that calf, they need a lot of energy, and so it helps if they've got a little bit stored up. So we got a couple months to get her there. I expect the biggest reason, I mean, this one is thin, and that would be a decent chunk of why it was the price it was, but when they go through and they're not vaccinated, it's a pretty big gamble for the buyer. So you say we vaccinated them even before we left the sale barn to give it that time to help give some immunities. It'll take normally about a week for issues to start to creep up if they did pick up a bug, and so hopefully by that time the vaccine has started to do its work. But anyhow, that's enough of the theory. What we're doing, we'll give these girls some hay. You might notice, probably with the shade it's a little hard to see, it's like bald spots on the back ends of the cows, and if you looked at our existing herd, you'd notice they had it too. It's just the lice over the winter. Once the longer days come and they're out on pasture more, that all sort of clears up, but they scratch all the hair off of them from the lice. So we'll probably give them a bit of dewormer, delouser to help with that. This girl seems to be happy to be going at the old dead grass, but I kind of think it might be because she hasn't realized that the fairly green hay is there. This girl, on the other hand, once she realized it was there, went right over. We can help her realize. It's they're actually both fairly quiet cows, which is nice, especially when you're talking about something that's going to calve. if they need any sort of assistance, being wild is not good, because you don't want to get hurt trying to help a cow calve, or help the calf latch on to mom if they need help that way. Most cows are fine, but every now and then you need to give a little bit of assistance. Here you go, girl, you figured it out. So both these cows could stand to be a little heavier, have a little more condition. The Angus isn't too bad. The Charlet, I think it's a Char Sim cross. I'd like to try and put 100 pounds on it before it calves, just to give it that energy store that it needs. So they're fairly settled in. I have to move some water troughs around, so for now they just get a tote with water in it. Tomorrow we'll go and get a protein tub for them. It has lots of vitamins and minerals in them to make sure that they're healthy and they have everything they need for their calf. And the protein will just help. They're pretty good at balancing their diets on their own, so if you give them the protein, then they'll even it out with the other feed intake. So, but for now, it's looking pretty good. I'm very pleased with how calm they are. I don't think they'd necessarily love to be petted, but as far as beef cows go, they're fairly relaxed. I'm guessing this cow at one point was a fair bit heavier, just looking at how much is loose around the brisket there. But I'm pleased enough with those purchases. They'll stay here until they calve, and then at least for now the plan is that they'll go back once they're calved out and live on somebody else's farm. So it's just another short video. Probably had a little more content. I went and loaded up the cattle trailer full of hay from the neighbor, because we take some of their hay that's not good enough for their horse customers, and got back, and some of the beef heifers were out. Where the pack's built up, they jumped over the fence over here, and then the Holstein steers had somehow, they knocked the gate off the post, so there was probably, I don't know, 15 of them out too, so we had to get them all back in. So it probably would have made for some alright content, but it's kind of hard to film when you're trying to get them back in as quickly as possible before they make a mess of things. Kind of 1,000-pound steers can do a fair bit of damage in a hurry. So that's it for now. If you enjoy this content, if you want to see more cows, and hopefully we'll have some calving in June from here. The other are herd, they'd be more bred for, I was thinking about this earlier, I think August, but at least with these we'll have some calving a little bit closer to share with you. Hopefully anyways. So that's it for now. Like I say, if you enjoy this content, please like, and if you want to stay up to date with everything we're doing, subscribe, and if you hit that little bell, you'll get notifications of when our latest videos are up. We're not as consistent as some other people uploading, so hitting that little bell will just keep you up to date. Just one other thing I'll note, oh, she doesn't have a number tag. You can tell these are Quebec cattle. In Ontario we have the yellow RFID tags, and most farmers just use the little buttons. So that cow has just a button in its ear, it's a white. because they're from Quebec, and this one has the button in the one ear, and then I don't know if she'll turn for me. She's got a number tag in the back of the other ear. Actually back the same ear. See, they got the number on the back of their tags, whereas we just got a bit of a button. Oh yeah. Alright girl, I'll stop bugging you.